It's early morning. Yeah. So, yeah, early morning. I'm recording this because I wanted to record yesterday. Getting home after walking around Birmingham, one of the things that I noticed was that someone on the room next to me or above me, any of those rooms decided to almost throw a party and do crazy DJing, because that what it seemed like. It seemed like someone decided to throw a rave party. So it was just like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, I enjoy as much as the next person enjoys that, if the next person enjoys that. But yeah, I'm trying to record shit, mate. So I ended up going for sleep at 9 something, which is usual for me, but it's just yeah, I'm not able to record shit because I feel that anything that I will try to record, even if then I try to remove background noise, will still be a copyrighted video because there is music playing in the background. So it's just there is no point. Truly, there is no point of trying to do anything. It's just different. It's day, like I said. So we can record with the background, with the window open, and me talking to the camera. It'll be fine. So, as many might know, and you might see in the background elsewhere as well, in another vlog, this is part of a Birmingham trip, and coming to the Midlands once more to perform. So yeah, not sure how the performance will go or not. It's today afternoon, and then Manchester. I kind of know what I can get from the room, but so doing 2 gigs in the same day, traveling a bit for both of them, one more than the other, because one demands that since I'm in Birmingham, why not going to Manchester? It's 1 hour and 30 by train. So yeah. Also, yeah, I've trimmed my beard compared to the previous vlogs. It was a mess, so I decided to trim all of it, and it will grow eventually. So yeah, 3 years ago, I decided to go more time to Portugal to see my parents and to enjoy a little bit of life. I was 5 years in living in England, living in the United Kingdom, and all my holidays were sort of going there for a few days, come back, going there for a few days, once in a while, once a year or 2 times a year. And you see the time going by. I truly need to spend more time with my parents. They will not last forever. I truly need to take more than a few days. So at the time I had a job, I froze my degree. I was tired of my degree. I froze my degree. And I decided to quit my job and saying, okay, I have enough saved that I can pay the rent of the place that I was for the 3 months I'm going to Portugal. That way I'm not a burden for my parents, that they need to pay my accommodation here. I can pay that. And I'm going to Portugal. There I have food, I have shelter, so it'll be fine. So that was the idea. The 2023 tour, Portuguese tour, started that way. Started in a way that, okay, yeah, that I felt I was compelled to get there, to do what I needed to do, and just enjoy time with my parents. But at the same time, because I was like already a comic 1 year in, 1 year, 1 year and a half, I think, into this career. I want to go, but at the same time, it would be lovely if I didn't stop entirely. And that's how the shows came about. They came about of asking a close friend of mine over there. It started from me being a fan of him, or finding him online, or finding the stuff that he does, and he did back then online, message him, and then the friendship started that way. So I ended up messaging him saying like, I'm going to Portugal for like 3 months, visiting my parents, but also at the same time I want to gig. What would you recommend? So he sent me a list. I contacted them, and from then I got 6 shows across 3 months, 2 months. Because like I remember, like I think August or something like that was empty. People went on holidays, so like it was hard to book anything for August. Not a lot of shows, or no shows at all. But like I managed to get June, July sorted. So yeah, so I did that. I've managed to get a few shows, and one of the first shows I got, and that's the one that I will show here after this story, because I wasn't trying to do all the things I did in that tour of shows, but I managed to conquer a lot with that friendship, with the contacts he gave me, and the shows I got booked for. Time was fun, and of course, and that's what I want to talk. That's why the title was my first time doing a show in English abroad. And people romanticize going abroad, doing gigs, or just doing gigs overall. People romanticize just doing gigs, just the gigs logistics, like going for gig, performing everywhere. And it's just like I've shown through my blogs, through the times, that it's not as glamorous as some people might make out of it. Some gigs makes you question your entire existence. Other gigs justify why you're still doing this. Why, after all these years grinding in the trenches, you're still doing it. You're still going everywhere. You're like in Birmingham for an afternoon comedy night or comedy event. Comedy night would be unfair as it is on the afternoon. But yeah, and you're wondering, what scripts can I take for a clean comedy night? My comedy is not clean, but hey, I'm here. I accept the challenge, why not? Duel! So, yeah, I don't know. What you will see, like whatever I can cut from the whole gig, because I don't remember exactly. I know it didn't went well for most of it, but I don't know what I can take from it. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I watched that footage, so I'm talking even before watching the footage, which is it might be a huge mistake because I might not be able to take anything, and then it's just like, yeah, what do I use here? So yeah. Now one of the things that I remember was not being sure what scripts could translate to an European crowd, but still feeling okay, I'm gonna take my A list, the things I used for paid gigs in the UK, and I think that will work. When you get there, it was a lot of word playing. You get there and you're just wondering to yourself, yeah, yeah, yeah. no, this is not working. Not sure if it's the script or if I was speeding the material, but wow, it was not working. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I had 7 minutes of completely silence on the room. Also, that is due, and not no offense to the person that was hosting at the time, because it's not the person managing the event. The person managing the event couldn't do it. He was busy with work, and he set up someone to do the MC work and to be there hosting this event. So the MC at the time, the person managing introductions, introducing the guests, all that stuff. Before I even stepped foot on the stage, which I was the first person opening the show, it took 30 minutes on stage. Which, if you're watching this and you're thinking on starting a night, you're thinking on organizing events, don't do that. Please don't do that. That should be rule number one. If you are hosting an event, you're not the main act. Just bear in mind that. So, bearing in mind that, don't try to make yourself the star on that show. You might be great as a comedian, but as a host, you have a different purpose. You have a purpose of making the job easier for the comedians that are performing, not make it hard. So, this comedian, he had good intentions. Mm, The problem is not that. He had good intentions, fair enough, because I don't think he was trying to make the life hard for everyone. He was trying to make the life easy for everyone. But I'm not sure how long he was in the game of comedy. So he took around 30 minutes on stage trying to get laughs. By that time, with zero reaction from the crowd is already bored. The crowd is like, yeah, if we didn't pay tickets to be here, we'll be gone. So, with that said, I enter on stage with the room super cold, and I'm just thinking, wow, this is gonna be a painful work, but hopefully my jokes work. No, 7 minutes of complete silence, too. I'm like, this is brutal. I think it starts slightly working by the last three. I think that's it, and I think maybe, if I'm not mistaken, if I still remember correctly, that's what I will take advantage of that video. Three, two, around that, maybe, or even less, who knows. But I remember that was something like that, like the last 2 minutes, maybe, were the ones that, 2, 3 minutes that, okay, people start to get on board with. Then everyone else after me had a decent set, the crowd was enjoying, but wow, I had one of the hardest tasks of the night. And that's the thing, like, people don't talk about, people romanticize about, like, gigging abroad, or just, like, as I said, gigging everywhere, but sometimes you don't realize the difficulty levels you have to deal with these sort of things. I always found that most of rap lyrics they just talk about pussy and hoes, and I never understood the fascination by gardening and cats. Almost 7 minutes. Nice. You're enjoying it, huh? You're welcome. I will still do my time. I always heard that timing is important, so I'm here to do that. You're welcome. I'm not gonna say anything. Enjoying? Thank you. Almost there. I'm there a little bit. Almost 9 minutes. Ready to go.
And to finish, I always enjoy finish my set with what comedians do professionally in their specials that is confessing something. So please be respectful in this. This is a hard moment for me. I hear voices in my head, but they seem to disappear every time that I take my headphones out. Thanks very much for the therapy. My name is Steve. It's been wonderful.